Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning.
Waalaikumsalam and good morning, sir.
Waalaikumsalam, good morning sir.
Okay, before exercise before exercise on the pointer pointer we are going to use the same question, question like this This question we are going to use it again, but this time is using a pointer okay. So this question also can be can have more than one answer So it can be either nested or it can be in the form of non-nested, but with two sets of decision it doesn't matter as long as you got the correct output, then it is correct. Okay, so let's have a look at your answer Okay, 24 ni 5 didn't submit Amira Syakira ada, Amira Syakira. 2B kan ni, betul tak 2B? Dua B Amira Syakira. Ni tak ada ni Amira. Yang tol tu. Tak submit yang tol. Ni yang looping tu, looping number. Yang tol tak ada. Sekejap lagi submit boleh Amira Syakira. Amirul Aidil.
Ada saya.
Okay, Amirul Aidil. Okay, so this is using non-nested decision okay, so we have exit toll to determine the distance okay. So it's okay if you count the distance manually, okay, but if you can provide with the calculation also much better, but this one calculate it manually For example, if toll 3 then 80 km you calculate it manually, okay lah, boleh lah but it is good if you can provide the calculation okay, and then this is to determine the rate, okay, based on vehicle type. Okay, alright, so this is separate non-nested. Looping also correct. Okay, looping also correct. Okay, good. Azrak ada Azrak? Azrak?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Azrak, before you submit neuron ni ada problem tak? Okay.
Dia tak dia tak cakap ada problem, tapi dia tak keluar kat silap.
Output dia tak betul Okay, so you see over here, why do you put one, you put it in between the single quote ni? Any particular reason? Because you declare vehicle as an integer If you put it like this, meaning that it is not integer. This is a apa? If you put in between quote ni, meaning that one is what? Integer or character? Azrak. I'm asking you, Azrak. Hello, Azrak. Azrak, can you hear me, Azrak? Baik, senyap ni. Azrak dia, Azrak. The rest of you, can you hear me?
Yes,
Saya tak
sir.
dengar. Azrak ni hilang pula dia.
Sorry sir. Tiba ada some problem. Hello?
Azrak ke? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Azrak. This one kan, so you cannot put it like this, meaning that this is a character. So that's why when you run the program kan, it couldn't detect this condition. Okay. Although you enter vehicle 1 kan, so the system couldn't detect this as a true condition because it is a wrong value integer. So if you put it like this is not integer lah. It will detect this not 1. Okay. So this is wrong So suppose this macam mana Azrak? Without quote lah. Number kan integer unless if you put it character over here kan. Char vehicle then you must put quote. Okay, another one is over here exit condition any of the condition if you want to compare it, is it similar with this one? Is it similar with this one? So you must use double quote, double equal. Okay, double equal. Boleh Azrak siapa tadi? Azrak
Boleh sir.
Okay, so this is similar with this one. And again, the last else the last else make sure if there's no if, there's no condition. Macam ni lah ni condition PT goes to this one. This one I'm not sure. Why do you need to put the body? This is body for what? We put a body if it belongs to any decision. Okay, since this is not decision, there's no decision over here, so no body lah. No body. And then scan F exit. So this one check is it okay. Okay, later on do correction and resubmit That's right.
Okay sir.
Okay, Dini.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so switch case ni nanti ke kanan sikit sama dengan ni sebab dia belong to loop kan. Dia dalam loop. Case 1, case 2. Okay ni boleh tapi itulah dia kena ada default lah. Default default. Ni pun sama lah default. Okay, and then exit. Ni maksudnya apa ni Dini? What do you mean by this? One lah kan maksudnya kan? Lebih more than 0 and less than 2, so it is 1, right? Betul? Hello, Dini?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Ni what do you mean by this?
Hmm.
Satu kan. So unless you have range range value, maksudnya exit tu true if the value is between 0 or 5, then you put it like this. But since exit is only 1 kan, Is it equal to 1 ah? So just put it like this kan. Much more simpler kan. Okay. Vehicle price kali distance. Ni okay kot. Kod lah. Saya tak run lah. Nanti betulkan sikit
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Harshini.
Yes, sir.
Ni betul lah Harshini. Kan. Ni pun sama. Slightly to the right kan. Okay. So the rest follow lah. Okay. So this is a nested. Okay. So this is a nested. Ni kan. Ni salah ni. Sekejap. You see when you run kan, for sure you will get error kan, betul tak? Ke tak ada error?
Ada error. Warning ada warning.
Error tak ada? Error. Why do you think there's error over here?
Semicolon.
No, there's no semicolon kan. Although it shows that expected semicolon kan, but it's not about semicolon over here. This one if ni you see, make sure if it is a reserved word reserved word is a word used in syntax. For example, int kan. So it couldn't be used as a variable, as a counter and so on. Okay. I mean that is a syntax. So syntax normally different color, okay, compared to variable. So if you see like this, so this is a syntax kan. So supposedly blue kan. So if you see something like this kan, meaning that is something wrong with your syntax. So make sure you double check it. Dia dia bukannya apa huruf besar ni. Salah. Okay, so same goes to here. And here also again make sure if it is else kan, else is the last one kan. No condition no condition Okay, ni type 2. So ni samalah. So same mistake. Ni kan. Check lah betul sebelum submit. And then that's it kan. That's it. Where's the looping? No looping and no output printf. So how can we see the output then? No printf, no looping. So missing those element So later on do the correction boleh kat sini.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Lazana tak ada kan? Lazana tak ada rasa. Lazana tak ada Saya skip lah. Daniel.
Saya.
Okay, Daniel. Okay, nested. Alright, nested. Okay, distance. Then counter. Okay, good. Okay. Alif Aiman.
Ada.
Okay, ni slightly to the right lah. Ni salah ni. Ni boleh looping ke? Looping ni jalan ke? Alif?
Apa?
Looping dia okey ke ni? Dia boleh loop tak?
Tak boleh.
Ah, Tak boleh kan? Sebabnya apa? Rasa apa? Sebab apa?
Sebab apa?
Ini pun calculation salah ni. Calculation ni salah ni. Banyak tau pun salah ni. Okay, the obvious one main kan? Main kan from here. Mana main punya betul-betul? Oh, sini bawah. Jauhnya. Salah ni. So, return ni patutnya dekat dalam main. But your return ni dalam decision. Mana boleh kan? Boleh ke je tu? Salah ni. And then charges ni. Charges, decision salah ni. Decision tak cukup. Ni for vehicle 1. How about vehicle 2? Bukan vehicle 2 kan. Patutnya lorry kan. You have to follow dia punya condition lah kan. Betul lah. 1 lorry. 1 car, 2 bus, lorry, 3. So it's supposed to follow lah. Ni satu je. Mana vehicle 2 mana vehicle 3 mana kan. So ni masalah ni. And then looping pun salah ni. Looping salah ni. Macam ni selalu buat looping kan. Ibu kena tengok balik ni. Awak kena study balik ni. Decision dengan looping ni. Nanti buat correction Amir Syafwan.
Yes, sir.
Amir Syafwan Boleh runner ni?
Boleh. Output je. Tak ada.
Tak boleh ni, rasa pelik ni. Ni apa masuk ni? And then looping tak ada ni. Looping tak ada. Okay, idea dah ada lah. Maksudnya you nak buat ada salah ni. Kalau you buat macam ni kan, C maksudnya car toll plaza less than or equal to 3. Salah ni. Dia toll dia kan, dia equal. Is it equal to 1? Dia bukannya less than 1 ke apa kan? 1 tu JB. Muak 2, exactly 2 kan? So you tak boleh buat macam ni. Tadi dah tengok kan contoh-contoh jawapan kawan-kawan kan yang betul kan? So nanti betulkan
Okay.
Dan looping pun tak ada ni looping. You tanya ni tapi lepas you tanya apa tak ada kan? Looping. Okay? Alright. Amsyah.
Ya, saya.
Okay, ni macam ni kan looping. Okay. Lepas tu ada body. Okay. And then toll. What exactly? Toll exactly equal to 2. Is it similar with 2? Okay. And then this is for vehicle 1, vehicle 2. And then update counter. Okay. Macam ni lah. Okay. Thank you. Muhammad Daniel. Ada Daniel. Muhammad Daniel ada. Tak ada. Tak ada, saya tak komen lah Nasrul Amin. Ada? Tak ada. Muhammad Syafiq.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Muhammad Syafiq. Okay. Okay, counter okay. Nanti ke dalam sikit lah. Vehicle type 1. Okay. 2. Okay. Okay. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay. Syazwan,
Ada.
counter kosong, counter less than 1 kosong lah kan. Okay. Okay, vertical. Okay, this is non-nested. Distance. Okay, and then do calculation. Alright. Okay, this one I prefer like this lah. However, supposedly it should be in float lah ni kan. Fair kan. Currency supposedly in float lah. Okay, and then update counter. Okay. Okay. Muhammad Zulfitri. Ada Zulfitri? Zulfitri. Ada Zulfitri ni, banyak ni nak kena komen ni kalau ada ni. Tak ada Nur Syafiqah.
Okay, saya.
Okey, looping okey. Okey, nested okey. Sini pula. Declaration, make sure after this declaration, all declaration put it on the top of the program before you buat printf ni kan. So everything put it on the top of the main body. Kau tak nanti susah nak check satu-satu macam ni kan kat dalam. Okay, the rest rasa okay kot. Okay kan? Run okay tak?
Okay.
Okay. Ratika. Ada Ratika? Tak ada?
Ya, saya.
Ratika ke tu? Oh, okay. Okay, counter. Okay, looping kan bawah ni dia tanya. Okay.
Saya ada.
Okay. Exit tu okay.
Ya, saya.
Okay. Okay. Okay, ni nested. Okay, boleh. Okay. However, if you guys is using nested, your answer will be slightly panjang the code is slightly more than if you are using a non-nested because you repeat it in each of the condition for vehicle you repeat and then you repeat this. That's why compared to those who didn't apply nested decision so nested decision answer is much more smaller lah. Okay, ni print ni print ni you couldn't put outside of the loop because if you put outside of the loop you will not get these outputs you see the output is repeated so this is the first loop, so this is the second loop, meaning that since the output itself is also repeated, meaning that okay, it should be inside of the loop. Ni the loop kan, mana loop awak ni, loop ni, so it should be inside lah, inside of the loop before asking user, ni kenapa ada kat sini ni, pelik lah pula. Vehicle, okay, vehicle. Dalam ni, lepas after you ask user for vehicle type, straight away you ask user to enter the exit. It shouldn't be over here exit ni. If you put it over here, how can it check the condition? Because the condition is before you ask the user the exit value kan. So we must have this value, the exit value first, then we can check the condition kan. Apa ni tadi? Nautica so dia kena atas ni. Dia kena bawah ni, scan F ni. Dekat sini. Scan F exit. Salah ni. Rasa orang ni tak dapat ni. Okay, nanti tukar
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Nurul. Okay, Nurul Izzati.
Yes, sir.
Ini pun sama lah ni, declaration compose semua, declaration ni sama je. So komen saya sama je lah macam kawan kamu tadi Sarah Fatihah. Ini pun sama. Ini berkongsi jawapan dengan apa? Ni sama Okay, declaration tu. Ping. Okay. Siti Hajar.
Yes, sir.
Pun sama ke ni? Sama je. Sama
Tak, sir.
Sama lah ni. Kairina. Ada Kairina ada? Tak ada. Ini lain sikit ni, guna for exit status. Ini salah ni. Decision dia salah. Ini tak ada toll tak ada toll, no toll in the decision. So wrong. And this also wrong because you ask the user how many input kan. This is not the flow lah. The flow supposed to be after each of the loop and then we ask the user whether they want to proceed or not. This is straight away you put how many times the loop should be happen. No, bukan salah. Muhammad Hafiz ada? Mana toll tak ada pun toll ni. Iqbal.
Ada sir.
Okay, looping. vehicle. Okay, nested. Ni apa? Looping. Okay. And then, okay, print dalam looping. Okay, correct.
Tapi tak jadi sir.
Tak ada.
Dia
Ada error
langsung,
ke apa?
dia print benda sama je.
Sorry apa? Dia punya apa?
Cuba run program.
Okay, type of vehicle, katalah car kan. One. Okay, exit tol. Katalah 2 So supposedly 50 lah kan. Betul?
Saya sebut sekali lagi. Bawah tu.
Okay. 0 for yes. Okay, 0 for yes. Okay, saya nak buat apa? Nak masukkan apa yang tak okay?
Lain sikit.
Bus. Boleh? Okay. Bus. Lepas tu Melaka Okay, bus. Bus apa bus? Bus nombor 2 kan? Okay, bus and then Melaka tadi saya masukkan 3. Betul ke? 3 over here. Distance Melaka salah ni, Melaka 5 tambah 3 lah. 80 km. 80 km. Kan? Dia daripada JB masuk. Dia bukan dia masuk kat mall kan, dia masuk kat JB. Always enter JB kan. So supposedly ni 80 lah. 80 tapi awak punya ni okey je kan. Tapi ni lah ini dekat decision ni make sure double lah, ni pun double. Double. Ni pun sama double And another thing over here, dekat sini dekat sini ni. The last else ni just without condition. Okay? Wong Junji. Ada? Ada ke Wong Junji? Tak ada Okay. Alright. So another thing is the looping tu kan. Looping ni Okay, looping yang I give you the output tu kan. So I ask you to develop the codes. So user determine how many inputs kan. So ni salah ni. Ni ada ni kan. Apa ni? This is not condition lah. Okay, wrong Okay ni. Amirah. Amirul tadi ada Amirul
Ada. Ada semua.
Okay, okay Amirul rasa betul ni tapi redundant. Redundant. Okay, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, betul however, as you can see over here, okay, you are using counter ni kan. So counter, this is a counter kan. But again, you put additional input number ni. this is if this is not here also correct. This one you put to put it the number of the input kan, number 1, number 2, number 3 kan. Since the counter have the same value kan, so you can also straight away use counter je kat sini. Ni use counter je. Itu je. You will get the same answer lah. So ni tak perlu pun ni. Sama je kan. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Apa nak tengok ni? Okay. Okay, so okay lah. This is just a simple exercise kan. Just to differentiate. This is to show that there are more than one way to control looping in a C program kan. So it is either from the programmer kan. From the programmer, the loop number should be fixed kan. So user cannot interfere with the number of the looping kan. And also it can come to the user. So from user, there can be more than one types of looping kan. If it is involving user. First, before user can determine the loop before the system start. For example, this one before the whole operation start, we ask the user how many looping kan. And then maybe after each of the looping cycle, at the loop cycle, we ask the user whether they want to enter the looping or not. But you couldn't you must able to differentiate all types of looping ni kan, based on situation not every situation, not every types of looping can be applied to any situation kan. So based on case study case by case lah. Okay class, so that's it about looping. Okay, so now simple exercise so just use the same question. Okay, but now I want you to apply as many pointer as you can. Okay, so okay, you can modify your coding your original coding for this question over here, betul ni. But make sure you apply as many pointer as you can. So apply for numeric variable only. Okay, numeric only. Okay, either integer or float. No need for character or string. Okay, for integer and float only. Make it a pointer. Okay, put it in your calculation as well. Okay, using the pointer. Boleh kelas? Senyap je ni.
Boleh.
You understand class what to do? Okay.
Understand.
And then submit. So submit through Kalam, and then you may also proceed with the quiz lah. Quiz tu simple je simple quiz question. Okay, if ada question No? Ada? Tak ada? Okay, so if no question, then see you guys next week. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you, sir. Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, sir.